And that determination all start to be a problem. Like I was getting really obsessed about getting better. I went to the specialist and said, "You have nothing." It's like, okay, I have nothing. So I went to a massage therapist, and he just guided me through like getting better. After a couple weeks there, I started to walk like 5-6 minutes in the house, and then 15 minutes, and then 20 minutes, and then 25, and then so after 5-6 months there, I was pretty good. I was doing pretty good physically. Still pains in joints, inflammation and all that, but it was better anyways. I started to notice that this thing of wanting to get better, like mentally, I had this ultimate drive of just this willpower of just getting better and better and better. And it started to be like a problem. I started to feel it was in the way of life. Like there's something wrong. And I started to notice that there's something wrong here. Like I always want more here. I'm never good enough, and which I wasn't. But anyways, I was still like this bitterness inside me, like still wanted to creep up. And all of a sudden, after 6 months of giving everything I had to get better, it happened again. It started to twitch again. Every muscle in the body started to twitch again, and all of a sudden I couldn't walk no more. Then I just lost it. The second time in, like, I just lost my mind. I was losing my mind. I was like, I got so depressed, so down, so bitter at life, so victimized, such an aggressive program. You'll hear me say that quite a bit. It's like a program that was in my mind. Why? Because of the situation that was happening. And yeah, sometimes we have situations that are there for us to learn from them, and they arises certain part of ourselves that we need to see, and once you start to see it, its power diminishes. But I wasn't seeing it. I was totally in it, totally possessed by this program in the mind. Imagine yourself, you're 25 and you can't walk, you can't prepare your own meals, you can't take your own shower, you can't do anything, and the doctors have no idea what to do with you, and no one's helping. This is why I'm doing these videos, because I feel I can help people. I was going downhill like all summer long, barely surviving, it was just getting worse and worse, mentally, physically, emotionally, the whole thing. And at 25, I got my worst 3 weeks of my life. The worst 3 weeks of my life at 25. And it was pretty bad. Anxiety started to creep in. Huge amount of anxiety started creeping. I started to not be able to sleep, and panic attacks were constant during the day. I was not sleeping. So imagine, you're not sleeping, you feel so tired, you're physically so down, you can't do anything, and it's just getting so bad. And it happened 3 weeks of that. I call them my 3 hell weeks. They were hell on earth. Why? The program in my mind was so aggressive. It was so aggressive. I was scratching my face and grunting, and people were surrounding me, like my family was around me. And now I can laugh at it. I mean, It's just a story for me now, but my family was around me. It's like they weren't even there. I was like in this horrible horror movie, and paranoia was so aggressive. And anyways, enough about those 3 weeks. They were hellish, and I took some pills, some antidepressant pills, and I got better. It works. It does work. It's perfect. I see them as crutches when you really need them. Take a break. Take a break for 6 months, maybe. That's what I did. I took a break for 6 months. I told myself I'm going to take them for 6 months, and I got better. Physically, mentally, emotionally, got all better. It's like I gained strength in a way. I was meditating, and my parents bought a computer with the idea of letting me entertain myself. So I start to go into the conspiracy theories stuff in 2008. Yeah, like Zeitgeist and Skull and Bones and all kinds of crazy shit. It was quite interesting. I really have no regrets of checking that out, because you start to see that the world is not a perfect world. And I got off my pills, and I was starting to physically crash. And in this conspiracy stuff, the world in 2008, I don't know if you know, but in 2008 the world was about to change, like the collapse in the US and all that stuff. So the world was crashing, I was crashing, physically, mentally, emotionally, and the world was going, and I was just desperate. So I went to see a guy who was selling people THC, pure THC, and I started to eat that, and I was getting so paranoid because I was stoned all day long. I was losing. It wasn't working for me, and the whole world was going. So you can just imagine, horror movie, intense. I was in it, and yeah, unreal. So